Welcome back to Toe the Line. Joining me today is the current British lightweight champion. He's vying to be world champion as he tops the bill against Jimmy Sweeney at BKB 33. It's Ionel Levitchi. Ionel, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And let's talk about this fight. This is huge. Your toughest opponent yet in Jimmy Sweeney, the King of BKB. How are you feeling in the run up to it?
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Listen, Jimmy is a legend in this sport. He done so much for this sport. Actually, he grew this sport. In the UK. I've got big respect for him. We know each other already. Because we met along, so many competitions. But at the end of the day, it's just business. No hard feelings, nothing involved. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, because it is a big honor. It's like I said, this is probably your toughest fight yet. How has that kind of preparation been for it?
Yeah, I think it's like obviously it's the biggest fight, because it's world title fight. I don't know. I cannot predict, if it's gonna be my hardest fight or my easiest fight or whatever. That's what we're gonna see that night. But yeah, he's a tough opponent, very skilled boxer. But I usually train like the same, for every opponent like the same. I train my thing, my shots, my you know. So it's not like specific training for everyone. I'm just training basic, and that's it. And I'm coming to fight as usually.
Yeah, is there anything you're doing extra, knowing it's Jimmy, or is there any difference in mindset or attitude going into it?
Not really, not really. Because I of course, I know his fighting style already because I've seen him like live fighting. But I give up like watching my opponents a long time ago. I'm not watching them, anymore. I'm not watching video like how they fight, how they train, like getting ready for that style. Because I used to do that before, like years ago, and always when I had my game plan, you know, at the day of the fight, that was completely different, So I said, "Fuck it, it's no point to have any game plan. I'm just going there trying to do my job, I adjust during the fight. So yeah, it's nothing special. Man. It's not special. I'm just working my fitness, of course. And now I'm trying to work more on my fitness, my cardio, because sometimes I gas myself when I'm throwing like power shots. But yeah, that's pretty much.
And of course, being a world title fight, it's 7-2s. How is that preparation been? Because this will be your longest fight as well, potentially.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays. Yeah, of course, it's like the longest fight, but like I said, I'm trying to keep like my fitness up, my cardio. That's what I'm trying to do. But anyway, I don't see this fight going to distance. I'm like 100% sure it's not gonna go to distance. Because I know he's good, but I'm coming to fight. As soon as that bell ring, I'm trying to finish the fight. Because I'm not like championship fighter. I'm not going rounds, picking up the rounds and all that. I don't know. I see that boring. I don't know. It's just my point of view. So yeah, I don't see that going to distance this fight.
Yeah, so you are going for the knockout, but you are prepared for it to go the full way.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. You never know what to expect. Because it can be like cat and mouse or all this fight. So it can last for 7 rounds. You never know. But yeah, I'm coming ready for 7 rounds.
Is there anything that you kind of apply to your training this time that is any different in any way, or any other kind of focus for this fight that you haven't previously focused on? Or is it kind of just business as usual, the same kind of things in camp?
Yeah, like pretty much the same, like usually. Of course, this is like I think maybe is the most important fight for me. Of course, every fight which is in line is the most important, most important, most important. But now, like the stake is big, this time. So I think this one is the most important fight for me. So of course, I want to take it as serious as I can, because in my previous fight, sometimes, I was like, training, no training, wasting time. But I'm taking now like serious because this chance is like once in a life, let's say, So yeah, I'm taking it very serious.
Yeah, because it's kind of like your progression in BKB has kind of led to this moment. You started fighting, got a British belt, and now you're in contention for the world title. How do you not let the occasion get the better of you?
And I don't know, I've been like asking for the world title, but of course I've been asking when I've been like 3-0, I've been asking for world title, but there was nothing available at the moment, I was trying to fight Barry Jones, but he has like other fights, you know, scheduled, and we didn't get along, So yeah, I had to fight like another 3 times till I finally got it. It's a high weight division, because my weight division is lower, as you know. I always like used to fight like 75, 76 kg, you know. But I'm going for 80 now. Of course, I'm not gonna be 80 kilos on the day, but yeah, I'm fighting there. So I'm very, very honored, very thankful for this opportunity, to BKB. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because this is kind of what you always had your eyes on. Even after winning that British title, immediately you were thinking, I want the world title. So I guess this is kind of this opportunity is exactly what you wanted, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm honestly I'm not happy with the British title, but that came in my way, Like, they asked me, that's what we have now. If you want to fight, and I said, okay, I'll fight, because this one is gonna put me in line for the world title, So, and we had like a deal, We spoke like win, lose or draw, I'll get the title, the world title shot this year, So even, you know even better because I want that British title because I don't have to build my way up again to be in line for a weight title. So yeah, but anyway, I told you this British belt doesn't mean almost nothing for me. It's just nice shiny belt, but I'm looking for the world title, not for the British title.
Let's talk a little bit about your opponent, Jimmy Sweeney, obviously the king of BKB, the best fighter probably in BKB. Um, there's this kind of narrative that's happening with Jimmy Sweeney that, he's hungrier than ever, he's more determined than ever, and he has his eyes set on his end goal as he approaches the latter half of his career. But I think people can forget that you're kind of in the same boat as him. You're 1 year younger than him. You're both kind of getting towards the later stages of your career. I suppose that hunger, you must also feel that hunger, that drive, that determination as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, of course. We are like, well, obviously, I'm talking about me. I don't know about him, But I'm like looking to like end my fighting career very soon. You know what I mean? I wanna like achieve some world title and maybe defend it once, twice, whatever. And then because yeah, it's been a long journey. So you know we need to take a break. I don't know about him if he still wanna fight. Yeah, that's up to him. So yeah, yeah, that's interesting. It's very good.
I think that's what makes this fight so exciting because there's such high stakes. There's so much on the line in terms of that personal element for both of you that we can expect a really good fight with two fighters who are hungrier than ever to get that world title.
Yeah, yeah, it's very big stake. As I told you, it's very big stake. So yeah, of course, he's coming to win, of course, and I'm coming to win. We have the same, like the same desire, the eyes on the same prize, So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be proper fight. I can guarantee that it's gonna be a good fight to watch for everyone.
And of course, this time you're topping the bill. That must be a big honor because you went from being the first to fight last time to now being the last to fight. Does that change anything?
Uh, yeah, that was first fight just because usually title fights is at the end of the show, right? But they uh Jim and Joe knew because we're gonna bring the war like waking up the arena with our fight. So this is the good way to start a fighting night, So yeah, but it's of course it's an honor to fight now in the main event, with the Jimmy, I've been fighting before main events, but in different combat sport, not in BKB, of course. This is my first time BKB when I'm main event. Of course, it's a big honor for me. So yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, when we talk about your progression in BKB, it's been mostly positive. You had one loss, but you've also taken a step to BYB as well. How was that experience?
That was very good. I want to go again in BYB, yeah, to fight again in BYB and Trigon is interesting. That was very good fight for me, you know. Actually was like fight of the night, So was very good experience because it's very small place, So that's what I like, because everyone knows already, I don't have good footwork, I'm not very skilled boxer like, footwork, So I like very small places because we can fight, If it's a little bit big, I need to run after them, so that I'm getting, annoyed. So I don't like that. Yeah, the BYB was good experience. I hope soon we will fight again. But now I'm focusing only on this fight. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I suppose that Trigon really kind of suits you because you're more of the brawler type, and being able to punch in the clinch and having such an enclosed space kind of suits your style perfectly. When you go from that back to the squaring like you did against John Tompkins, what was that transition back to a squaring like?
Was not much difference because Jordan is like he has a similar style with me. He's coming to fight, So we didn't waste too much space. You know what I mean? We've been always together. Like try and knock each other out. So I had there was no difference. Because we didn't use like all the ring, only a corner. So it was almost the same. Like, but if I'm fighting against a skilled boxer, which is running, moving the angles, and all that, it's a little bit different, of course, because it's a bigger place. But I'm adjusted. I've been fighting in a ring lots of fights. The cage in the ring is like the same. So I'm adjusting on like any place, any place.
Yeah, and of course, what a fight that was! What a way to open the show last time round. Obviously, with any win, a win is great, but there's always opportunities. There's always room for improvement, isn't there? So, is there anything that you've taken away from that last fight that you've applied to this fight to work on?
Yeah, I think I'll take it more seriously, but I'm trying to stay out of trouble, because before the Tompkins fight, I had some problem with the lows like a week, exactly a week before, I got arrested anyway, a lot of shit in my life, so I couldn't actually, my mind was somewhere else, not on that fight, I just won that fight because of my heart, because I don't give up, that's why, because I got knocked down like twice, and then I've turned the fight around, but I told you I only fought with my heart, but not with my preparation, anything, So not even my mental state was a bit low, I didn't came very focused in that fight, but was good actually because the outcome was good for me. I won the fight, so that's the most important thing. But now I'm trying to stay like out of any shit, so I can focus and be mentally and physically 100% ready.
Yeah, because I know that you've mentioned on social media. I'm not going to ask you to go into details of anything, but I know that you've mentioned on social media you have had some troubles in your personal life, and you've just kind of bounced back from that. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I just said. I had like a couple of months. I had like ups and down. Anyway, I don't want to get in details, but now I'm like kind of settled. So everything is back to normal. So yeah, now I can focus strictly on my fighting, on my training. Without being, you know, thinking somewhere else and whatever.
yeah. So you are kind of in the best possible position right now to prepare for this world title fight.
Yes, 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 I can say that. Yeah, yeah, and I'm very motivated as well. Told you it's a big stake, so I want to take the opportunity with both hands. So I'm not gonna waste no time for that.
Like I said before, you're approaching the latter half of your career, of your fighting career. do you have like a set plan of where you want it to go? So say you win this world title, what's next for you after that?
I don't have plans. I'm taking it step by step, but obviously I have like small plan in my mind. Of course, I want to win this title and probably defend it one or twice, and that's it. I'm not interested. I don't know. I'm trying hardly to find motivation to train and to fight more. I kind of got bored of that. I've been fighting for like I have 13 years of fighting. Yeah, so I know a lot of people they have a lot more than me, but I don't know. I don't find any more motivation. I'm trying to focus on other things. Now because I'm getting old, so that's I let these young people to do the same. At least.
And I suppose, once you hit that peak, and you've achieved everything you've set out to achieve, it can be sometimes be difficult to know where to go from there. Once you get
Yeah,
this world
yeah, yeah.
title, that's the peak, isn't it?
Yeah. That's it. Because first when I start my fighting career, I want professional to be a professional champion in kickboxing. I achieved that. I've got belt. Then in boxing, then in extreme boxing with the 4 ounce MMA gloves. So in every contact combat sport, I became champion. That was my dream, and I achieved. Now in BKB. So that's why I don't find any more motivation. If was like something which I wanted to achieve and I couldn't. Of course, I was working more harder to get that. But now I think I proved myself like in every combat sport. So I don't know where I go from this. I don't know. That's a little bit hard. When you don't find any more motivation. So I've got belts, I've got this, I've got that. So I don't know. I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah. Do you think you'll find like a resurgence in motivation, or like do you think you'll miss it once you stop fighting?
100%. Yeah. Anyway, I want to stay like in this sport. I want to start maybe coaching. Open a gym and start coaching. Of course, I want to stay in this. Because that's my love. That's what I like to do. But obviously, I'm not gonna compete anymore. I want to start enjoying life a little bit, which I've missed. When this year's when I was fighting. So yeah, probably, but I'll stay. I'll stay like in the sport. I'm trying to stay in sport, like to try to coach. I think because now I've got some experience, so I think I can share with other people.
And of course, being world champion, that kind of boosts your reputation as a coach as well.
100%, 100%. I'll charge more money for that. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Of course, it's your pedigree, isn't it? It's your like background. They will see you world champion or whatever. So everyone wants to train with you, of course. So yeah, of course, it's gonna be a lot better for me.
Yeah, because it's interesting that we're seeing this kind of a lot of change happening in BKB in terms of who's coming in and who's stepping out. I know that Jimmy's on his way out. You're thinking of stopping fighting soon. We've got Sean George, who's retired now, and I suppose we've got a lot of new talent as well. Harvey Dossett, a lot of young guys who are coming up. It's an exciting time to be a part of BKB, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, these guys they done a lot for the sport. Like Jimmy, like Sean George, they are legends in the sport. There are some other guys. So yeah, but I've seen a lot of new fighters are coming now. Which are really talented. So yeah, I'll stay close to BKB anyway. I'm not going nowhere. So yeah.
Yeah, and it'd be great to see you in the corner as a coach, giving that insight because we've seen certain fighters who are products of other world champions. We've got Corey Healy, who's come out of trains with Tony Lafferty, Luke Smudger Smith, who trains with James Kennelly. And it's interesting seeing how the attitude, the mindset, and the skills of those fighters rub off on those uh on the up and coming fighters.
Yeah, probably. I would like to be like a coach in BKB, but to find a BKB fighter is a little bit hard, because with the gloves, everyone wants to fight with the gloves, but not everyone wants to get punched with the bare knuckle, you know what I mean? So it's a bit, a bit hard, but we'll see. We'll see. I hope I'll have some fighters from BKB because now we have a good relationship, so I can put them there.
Now, coming into this fight, we've seen you fight a lot of different types of fighters, and a lot of different types of styles as well. What do you think is your biggest strength coming into this fight against Jimmy?
I see myself, my style is very different to the others. You know, they are regular boxer, like most of the BKB fighters. They are regular boxer. You know, I think my fighting style is unusual fighting. You know, so you don't know what to expect. You know, to box, to brawl, to whatever. Where you know, so so I think, and of course my punching power. I think no one can match me. You know, with my power. You know, not only my weight division. I'm going high division. You know, they can't match my punching power. So that's my, I think that's my, my my advantage. Yeah, like compared to the others, because I'm not very skilled, but if I'm connecting a punch, you go to sleep 100%.
And I suppose that kind of, I mean, no disrespect by this, but that kind of awkward style, that kind of brawler type style can actually work in your advantage against an experienced fighter like Jimmy. Because, Jimmy's been in the ring with a lot of people who'll be expecting things a certain way. And when it doesn't come that way, it's like those awkward styles sometimes it's harder to counter, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because you never expect what's coming. You don't know what punch is coming. Or if you're a regular boxer, you know what to expect, what to counter. But if you're like unusual fighter, like a little bit different. Of course, I'm talking from my point of view when I used to fight someone like in kickboxing, which was like maybe beginner, or something, has had no good technique. They used to throw punch from every angle. You didn't even know what's coming. So that those kind of fights, they are more dangerous than I'm fighting like a skilled and like a technical fighter. That fights are more dangerous because you don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? I think I have an advantage. I told you I have my power and I have my unusual style, which I don't know. So yeah, they can't prepare for that. You know.
I don't know if you're aware, but I think generally the consensus is coming into this fight is that you're the underdog in that
I
people are
know,
kind
I
of
know. I've always been like that, and I like that. I like that. They always, like no one gives me no chance. Like even with my last fight or with the BYB fight. I always been the underdog. But I'm okay. Because I've got nothing to lose, right? So that's my motivation. Because let's say Jimmy, he's a legend. He was 4 or 5 times world champion. So all the pressure, is on his shoulder. I've got nothing to lose. I've only got few fights in BKB. He's the legend. He needs to defend his legacy, right, and everything. So I'm coming like very hungry. I'm trying now to prove myself. He already did that. So I've got nothing to lose. I'm all right. That gives me extra motivation if I am the dog. I know I am. So I've always been like that. So okay, I don't care.
there's no pressure for you. All the pressure's on
Ah,
Jimmy.
yeah.
Everyone's expecting him to get past you, but it's all very
Yeah.
relaxed for you going into it, isn't it?
Yeah. I have no pressure at all, I have no pressure at all, but because I told you I've got nothing to lose. It's not my belt on the line. If I was defending my belt, of course. I mean maybe I have some pressure, because you don't, but I have nothing to lose, so I'm going kill or be killed as usually. You know what I mean? So all the pressure, is on that side. Underdog never has the pressure. So yeah.
Say everything does go well on the night and your hand is raised and you are world champion. What would that mean to you?
Means a lot, of course, means a lot. I told you that's when I not when I start BKB. When I start BKB, I didn't thought that like I'm gonna fight for championship or whatever. But after that, that was my dream, like to no my let's say my goal, not my dream. was my goal, like to become a champion. So of course it means a lot, because I'll be first Romania world champion. I was first Romanian bare knuckle fighter, then first Romania who fought in Trigon, and now I'll be like first Romania world champion bare knuckle. I'm talking about bare knuckle, yeah. So of course it's gonna be an honor for me. It's gonna be very important night, of course.
Is that national pride that, being the first from Romania to do all these things, is that important to you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they will build me a statue or something, but of course, some of the people will be proud of me, and of course, first of all, I'll be proud of myself, because I did that, which never done before. You know what I mean? So, of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I know we touched on it earlier, but what's next for you after that? I know you want to defend it once. Is it just kind of whoever wants it then at that point?
Maybe Jimmy will want a rematch. So I can't predict nothing in the future. You know what I mean? But yeah, I told you. We'll see. I may go a little bit lower in the weight division and fight for another world title. You never know what's next. Now I'm trying to focus on this, but we'll see. We'll see. But definitely, I want to fight more in BKB after this fight. At least maybe like I think maybe like 2, 3 fights, something like that.
Would you be open to a rematch? So say you did win it and Jimmy wanted to fight again, would you be open to that?
Yeah. I was open with every rematch. Everyone will ask me. Like I always accept a rematch. I always accept a rematch. Of course, in BKB, I didn't have no rematch. I'm not asking for a rematch. Actually, I never ask for rematch. What is done cannot be undone. Maybe next time I can beat you. Was better on that night. See you later. I don't like this. A rematch. What is done is done. Let's move forward. I'm not looking in the past. So that's it. But I accept every rematch.
Yeah, because I suppose it's different with a world title, isn't it? Because all the fights leading up to this have been towards this fight. But I suppose, this is such a big occasion that perhaps you wouldn't mind seeing a rematch, especially with someone like Jimmy and yourself.
Yeah, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to do that with no problem. I can I can promise you now, because I'll do that. You know, is everything all right? Why not? Why not? Give him another chance.
Yeah. What are you expecting Jimmy to come out with on the night?
Uh, I think he's gonna try to. I can see his fighting plan. I think he's gonna try to box me. Like jab, run, jab. This, some combos. Always moving around. He's not gonna stay to brawl with me. Of course, he's not gonna stay to fight me. But I think he's gonna have like a smart game plan. I can see that, because he's very light and his feet is moving very good. He's a very skilled fighter. So he's gonna try to make an easy night for him, then try to box me out. That's what he's gonna try to do. No hate. I've got respect for him. He's a good guy. He's a family man. So I have no bad words to say about him. Because actually I like him. As a fighter and all that. This is just business. The best man win, and that's it.
That's Ionel Levitchi. He tops the bill at BKB 33 on July 29th against the King of BKB, Jimmy Sweeney. Thanks, Ionel.
Oh, cheers, thank you.